morning. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry. And I told y'all we would be doing another chicken dish sometime this week. So we did the Parmesan chicken yesterday. And we used chicken breast. Today we're going to be using boneless chicken thighs. They're just chicken thighs that I get from the grocery store with the bone in. And then I take the bone out before I put them in the freezer. So you can use bone in thighs. You can use legs. You can use breast. But the I think for this recipe the thighs work better because they're juicier, they're more moist than your chicken breast. And in this pan, I've got some oil, about 2 tablespoons of oil heating. What we're going to do this in a crock pot today. And I've just got a small crock pot here, and I love it. It's like a 2 quart. It's not as big as your big ones. And I use it for a lot of things in cooking. I use it for vegetables. I use it for meats. Just when I'm cooking for me and Roy, or one or two of the grandkids are here, which Kale's here this morning. We're gonna pick Promise up in about an hour. So, and I am going to salt my thighs just a little bit. We're gonna brown them first before we put them in the crock pot. And I'm not seasoning them very much because we're gonna put seasoning in our on our chicken after I get it in the crock pot. Now some of these have skin on. The recipe calls for skin on, but grandkids don't like the skin. Roy does, so I leave the skin on some and take the skin off on some. Okay. And I'm folding this over instead of laying it out, so it'll be thicker. Okay. Had to wash my hands to get that chicken off. All right, it's gonna take this about 5 minutes. I'm gonna brown it on both sides, and I want it pretty brown. Then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make my sauce. It's gonna cook 5 hours on low, 3 hours on high. So I'm gonna do mine on high because it's 10 o'clock. We want it for lunch, so we're gonna have some of that Parmesan chicken because when I was talking to Thomas a little bit ago, she said, "Oh, Grandma, that looks so good." I said, "Well, it is, honey, and we got some for lunch." So I'll be back just as soon as this browns on both sides, and then we're going to put all of our ingredients in the crock pot and get this on. Okay, I got my little helper. Y'all know he loves to be in the kitchen with me, so he's going to help me this morning. All right, Kale, I want you to put, and he's just washed his hands, so clean. Put pineapple. You can get it out with your fingers. That's okay because you just washed your hand. Now put carrots. The recipe doesn't call for carrots, but I thought carrots would be really good in it, so I just cut them in like bite-sized pieces, about the same as I've cut my onions, my peppers. We're not going to put the peppers in just quite yet. And my pineapple. Now put the onions in. And this is 1 large onion, or a little over a cup. Okay. Now, let me read my directions. Carefully add the chicken thigh. Okay. Our chicken thighs are brown. And now, in this bowl that we have our pineapple in, Kale, we are going to mix honey. This is a 1/4 of a cup of honey. You want to put that in this little bowl? All right, let me get a spatula. I get a baby one, a little one, so we can get all this honey out. And this is some of our honey that we got from our bees last year. No, in 21, I think. Okay. Now, to that, add, it calls for brown sugar, but y'all know I'm sugar-free. So this is brown monk fruit. Okay, put that in there. All right, we're going to, let me move this for right now so y'all can see what we're doing. That was 1/4 cup of honey and a 1/3 cup of brown monk fruit. All right, to that we are going to add 2 tablespoons of gluten-free soy sauce. Since we're adding 2 tablespoons, you hold the tablespoon. I'm just going to pour it like this, okay? It'll be easier. That's 1. Put it in there. 2 tablespoons. All right. 2 tablespoons of gluten-free soy sauce. All right. Can you stir it up? All right. And let's see what else. We've got, calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but I'm just using some minced garlic I had in the refrigerator. That's 2 teaspoons. I figure a clove is like a teaspoon. Okay. It calls for ginger. I'm not really fond of ginger. Roy likes it fresh ginger, but I don't have any. And I would put it in there if I had some. So, okay. Stir all that up. Now, let's get rid of all this. Okay, pour that over this for me. Yep, just pour it over it. Good. Okay, take that spatula and just get it out. Now, it calls for peppers. We're going to put those in the last 30 minutes. And we've got cornstarch to thicken our sauce, and that goes in the last 30 minutes. And then we'll top it off with some sesame seeds just to be pretty. So, okay, baby, that's good enough. Now, take this and just kind of stir this around. Just stir it around good. There you go. Because we want that garlic and all of the seasonings to get in the pineapple and the onions really well. Okay. All right. That looks good, Kale. That's what it looks like so far. All right. Now, you can brown your chicken ever how you want to, but this is about, I turned it, I had it on medium high, but then I turned it up to high because I wanted to really brown my chicken real well. So, Kale, this is going to be just right. This is just the right size, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Woo, Kale. This is going to be good. All right. Now, we are going to put this in my little crock pot back here. I've already got it on. And we're going to leave it on high for 3 hours. Well, at 2.5 hours, I'll come back. We're going to put our peppers in it. We're going to put our cornstarch to thicken this gravy. And then we're going to put it back on for 30 more minutes. And then I've got some rice in the fridge. And we're going to have a delicious lunch. So see y'all back in a few minutes. No, I'm sorry. See y'all back in 2.5 hours. Okay, hit it, Kale.
Grandmama, I'm back in the kitchen.
Yes, you are.
You got to watch what you're doing because I'm doing the filming now. You can't get by with nothing.
I had a subscriber yesterday say, I miss Roy. Where is he? So I thought I better put him on today. All right, this has been cooking for 2.5 hours. And I'm about to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. And that's just going to thicken it a little bit, and I'm going to rinse it out with some of the juice. Okay? Now, this is going to thicken that a little bit. And this is when we add our peppers. I took my chicken out right here so I could stir this cornstarch up real good in it. But I'm going to put my chicken back in it. Now, talk about a beautiful dish.
Ooh, beautiful.
Look at that.
That is.
Isn't that pretty? And this is going to thicken a little bit. Now, I'm going to put my chicken back in it. And I'm going to cook it for another 45 minutes to an hour. My onions aren't quite as done as I would like them. So next time, what I may do, but now I can leave this in here for another 2 or 3 hours because we just ate lunch. We ate some leftovers from yesterday. So we're going to have this for supper. So I can put it on low and leave it
the rest of the afternoon, which is what I may do because I want my onions to cook a little bit longer. But if you're only going to cook it on high 3 hours, I would pre-cook my onions a little bit. The carrots, peppers, everything else is fine. But I'm going to put this now. I'm going to put it on low because it's just 12:45. We're not going to eat it till supper. So I'm going to put it on low and leave it probably for 3 more hours, just so all these flavors can just kind of marry together.
Grandma, are we on a cruise ship headed to Hawaii? That's what this dish looks like. It's beautiful. I hope it's good.
Y'all, this is my chicken whatever. I don't even know what I'm going to name it yet. Because I got the recipe from offline, but I tweaked it a little bit. So, and they didn't have a name on it. So I don't know what we're going to call it. But Kale is going to taste of it for us today. And I said I was going to do soybean pasta, but this is red lentil pasta. Y'all know I don't do wheat. So this is the first time I've tried it, and all of us promised Kale. We've all tasted of it, and we really like it. It's called red lentil, Fusilli. I don't know how to pronounce that. Fusilli, maybe. And
where'd you get it?
Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we've done the soybean pasta. We have done chickpea pasta. We're not fond of the chickpea pasta at all.
I love the soybean pasta.
But the soybean pasta we love. They have this. I call this rotini, but they call it fusilli, or ever how you pronounce it. So Kale is going to taste of it, and this is a little extra that I didn't put in my platter. So I'm going to put a little bit of this over it because we like a lot of the goodie on ours.
Ooh.
All right, Kale, let's get this piece of chicken right here, and we'll get some peppers and pineapple and some of this good sauce. And you can see how that cornstarch, it made the sauce perfect. It's just a perfect sauce. So, Kale, I'm going to cut a little piece for you, and then I'm going to let you taste of it, okay? All right. Now, I want you to get some peppers, some onions.
Grandma, how's he going to get all that?
He's not. I'm going to cut it a little bit. Okay.
Promise always tries to make me laugh in the background.
Promise tries to make you laugh in the background.
Well,
that's okay.
Her, so when you turn around.
Okay, baby. Promise does not like to be on camera. And that's okay. Okay.
She's like her granddaddy.
Kale, I want you to get some of the chicken. Yeah. And some pasta.
He's going to have to get a second helping, bro.
He is. Oh, that's a good bite, baby. That's a good bite.
Go, boy.
It's not too hot. Oh, did y'all hear that? Is that pretty good? You think you can eat that?
Mm-hmm.
You can? Uh-oh, what you got?
Piece of chicken gristle.
It's not a bone. It's boneless, but it had a little piece of gristle in it. Oh, well. You would know that Kale would get it. So, all right. Now that Kale's tasted, what you going back for seconds for?
Hey.
Now, I am going to get some.
Look at that mouth. Look
pineapple, peppers.
You have to get it twice, Grandma. I'm gonna get it.
I know you do. Carrot. Y'all, you gotta try this.
You'd never know she likes her own cooking, would you? If you can't make it taste like you want to yourself, you're wasting time.
I do like my own cooking because I always make it the way I want it to taste before I get through. So it may not start out like that.
Okay, help yourself over there, son.
Y'all can't believe he just ate lunch a couple hours ago.
Look at that.
Okay, thank y'all. It is still. Oh, honey, let me let you taste. Let's give Granddaddy a little taste.
Well, don't be bothered with me, Rose. just cause I'm the one paid the bill.
Kale is a pasta eater anyway, so he loves this. All right, wait a minute. Let's get Granddaddy a little piece of pepper. All right, here you go, Granddaddy.
All right.
Did you get any pasta? Here, let me give you a little bit of pasta.
I got no pasta, but let me tell you something. I got the rest of that.
Now, I can eat this just like this. You can put it on rice. You can put it on pasta, quinoa, whatever is in your diet. Then this would be delicious on it.
That is delicious.
Isn't that good? So good.
You want a lot of that sauce.
You want a lot of the sauce. That's the reason I kept some in a little bowl here. Okay. Thank y'all for joining me today for this delicious, beautiful. I mean, this would be on any table. Put it right, make it your centerpiece. It's really a pretty. Beautiful. Let me move all this, baby.
And if you like coconut rather than sesame seeds, you could put some coconut. That's
sprinkle coconut.
But you could fix it with that because it would go right with it.
We would do the unsweetened coconut, but I love anything with pineapple and peppers.
Well, if it's seasoned right together.
Here, baby. I'm going to pull it over there so you can finish eating. Okay.
Goodness gracious, son.
Thank y'all for joining me today. And you can cook it on high 3 hours, or you can cook it on low 5 hours. Or you can do it in between like I did. High for 2 hours, low for 2 hours, and everything is perfect. The peppers are perfect, the onions, the carrots, everything. So thank y'all for joining me today. Thank y'all for joining me today. And remember, share this video, subscribe, leave me a comment. Good, ain't it, baby? Okay, food feeds the family. Family feeds the heart. God feeds the soul. Put deliciousness back in healthy eating. So we'll see y'all next time.